Well, everybody, I just want to let you know about Variety, the children's charity. There really is another group that is within Variety, the children's charity, called Young Variety. And we have some of the board members joining us here right now, so you can learn all about it. We have Gavin Scroggin. He is the president of Young Variety. Russ Teets, vice president, is joining us. Colby Elmett, he is past president. And Rachel Milletta, the vice president of events. So we're going to start with you, Gavin, president of Variety, the children's charity, Young Variety division. What is that? Explain to everybody.
Yeah, so Young Variety is our young professional arm of Variety, the children's charity, and so it's a separate board from the state board, and it's really individuals aged 20 to 40 that have a passion for Variety's mission and a passion for bettering the lives of children throughout the state of Iowa.
Okay, and how old were you when you first got involved with Variety?
I was 23 when I first got involved.
Okay, and what brought you in?
Yeah, so my oldest daughter was born and spent some time in the NICU at Blank Children's Hospital, and we, throughout our stay there, were blessed with wonderful professionals at Blank, and everywhere we looked we saw the Variety heart, and my employer at the time was involved in Variety and had been in years past, and I connected the two and said, hey, this is something that I want to put my time and effort behind, to give back to what is given to us, and had an opportunity, the services that we used.
That is great. And Ross, what about your situation? You're the vice president.
Yeah, when I moved to Des Moines about 8 years ago, I wanted to get involved in a young professional organization and came upon Young Variety. And it doesn't take long when you're involved with Variety as a whole to see the impact stories, to see the bike giveaways, just to be immediately sucked in. And so I joined the board shortly thereafter and have been heavily involved ever since, and now obviously serve in the vice president role on the board.
What was the one aspect that you found surprising once you got involved with the board? You knew the organization was great, but when you got involved and can actually help, what was the one thing that really stood out?
Yeah, I think you'd be hard pressed to find an organization that puts their dollars to work like Variety does. The impact that they have on the community, especially the bike giveaways that you can see and witness, it's incredible, the impact they have.
Yeah, and we're going to learn more about that as the program does progress. And Colby, you past president, and usually when you're done being president, you kind of step away a little bit, but you're still involved heavily.
Lou, they've tried to get rid of me,
Yeah.
but I can't leave.
It hasn't worked yet, has it? No, okay.
The group has fun together. You create lifelong friendships, many around this table. But then also when you're doing what you're doing with the cause, you really don't want to leave. So I'm fortunate for the position and the opportunity, but it's fun.
What was one of the things that you were able to accomplish while you were president? What was one thing that stood out to you?
I think just the impact we had on kids, similar to the kids in this elementary school, other elementary schools we've touched, being able to see that firsthand, bike giveaways, school giveaways, just being able to witness that and know you had a part in that, and rallying behind the cause is something I'll never forget.
That is awesome. And Rachel, let's talk about that because we are at McKinley Elementary School here, and you have fundraisers that really help these students directly, don't you?
Absolutely. This particular event is something near and dear to my heart. This is only my second year on the Young Variety board.
Okay.
But I quickly, it's just become one of my favorites. It's unique in that we're not raising funds. We're not in mega fundraising mode. This is strictly an outreach and just a give back event.
And so what are we doing? What's the whole idea behind the event?
So we gathered school supplies, backpacks, everything from crayons, loose leaf paper, all the different kinds of notebooks you can even imagine, from our many, many amazing sponsors, businesses that support, that collected. They did drives or they raised money, what have you. Collected all the supplies. We had just a ginormous assembly line, basically of backpack stuffing. Brought them to the school for back to school night. Signed all the kids up for bikes, and then we did a bike distribution night. Then later on in the fall, where we gave out over 200 bicycles.
Really?
Yeah.
Over 200. And so how do kids acquire the bikes? Is it a matter of just filling out a form, or are there certain requirements?
Yep, just filling out a form, and they just had to attend the back to school night with a parent or a caregiver. We measured them. There are 3 different sizes of bikes, so they were hopping on, seeing where they fit or what they might grow into, rather, for their future. And then they were able to get those bikes then another month or 2 later.
Wow. And how does it make you feel when you see a kid who has a dream of always wanting to have their own bicycle and you're able to provide that?
I think the initial shock and surprise, like, is this real? Is this real, Mom and Dad? Do I get to have this? I mean, that's incredible in itself. And then, they pick the one they want, they size it up, and they're like, yes, I get to have this. I get to ride with my brother. I'm going to race down the block. Or some of the things they're able to exclaim when we do this process is unforgettable.
Rachel, I'm getting goosebumps just listening to you. It's really a great feeling, isn't it?
It's one of the best in my life.
Yeah.